Good morning. Well, you've joined my hike, whether you like it or not. I'm Kevin, and it's a little overcast today. The sun's moving in and out of the clouds, which makes it a little tricky when it comes to applying sunblock. So here's what I do. When the sun comes out from behind the cloud, I'll put a little sunblock on. But when it goes back behind the cloud, I'll take the sunblock off. That way, you know, and I'm not wasting sunblock, and also I'm not getting my body greasy. I know it's silly, but who cares? Come on, let's go for a hike. When it comes to comedy and hiking, nobody is sillier than my hiking guest today. You know him as a stand-up comic, as an actor, as a producer. You also know him as a judge on America's Got Talent. That's right. Today we are hiking with the very hilarious and the very, very silly Mr. Howie Mandel. Are you a hiker?
I don't think I've ever been on a hike.
No, you've been on hikes.
I have. Well, as a Jew, I think for 40 years we found Israel. But that's my...
What do you think? Should we head back?
I love that we're hiking to a trail. By the time we find a trail, I'm going to be finished hiking. Look at that.
No wind?
No, my finger's wet.
Oh.
From my tongue.
Oh. What was the first job you ever had?
My first real job, I was a paper boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you?
11, and I had 200 papers in an apartment building.
So you never had to get on a bike?
No, I didn't want to go outside. It was all in an apartment building.
That's a great job for an agoraphobic.
Yes. Also, it was winter. I'm from Canada. And
That's right, you're a Canadian.
Yeah, so I talk about roughing it. I didn't even, I got a paper route. I'm probably the only paper boy you'll ever meet that had a route inside. I did indoor, in a building, 200 papers, and I didn't go outside, and I didn't have a bike, but I rode the elevator.
Tell me about your hat. I mean, you're not a hiker really, so why would you have a hat like that? Is that for the beach?
No, that's for this hike. I bought it for this.
You
called me and asked me.
Everything?
Everything I'm wearing is
everything
just
you're
for...
wearing. It's a well-known fact, Howie, that you are kind of a germaphobe.
I know. So a hike is not my most comfortable place.
You had to buy new shoes for this hike because
Yes.
you didn't want germs from other hikes on your shoes.
There were no other hikes from mine, but I didn't know what. But that I will get rid of these shoes after this hike.
I always thought you were the person that invented the fist pump or the elbow pump.
No.
Because you didn't want to shake hands with anybody.
I don't want to shake hands. I used to wear like bandages. I put bandages on my hand.
So you couldn't shake people's
No,
hands?
but then people would. So I'd have band-aids on my hand, and they'd extend their hand to shake, and I go, "No, look at." and then so they'd go grab my other hand. So then I put band-aids on both hands.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to come up with. They go, "Oh, what happened?" And then I'd have slings. I was wearing slings, and I didn't have stories, and it just got so debilitating just to come up with stories and bandages and everything. And then I saw somebody do that, and I went, "Oh my God, that's it! At least that keeps the inside of my. I can still eat chips and shake hands."
When you go into the bathroom, public restroom, you use public restrooms?
Yeah.
Do you wash your hands? Because sometimes you get more germs from the faucet and the doors than you have, you know.
Yes.
From your
The
own
truth
penis.
is, what I do is I'll wait for somebody else to come in and turn on the faucet and wash their hands, and I'll go, "Leave that on."
Oh.
And then I wash my hands, and then I leave it on.
So you'll follow somebody into the bathroom?
Yeah, or I'll take paper and open it. I can do things. It's like a scene from Cirque du Soleil. I can open things with my knees and my feet, and have other people do things.
Yeah.
I'm very.
But with your own family, you trust that they don't have germs.
No, are you kidding me?
You don't trust them.
I built a guest house in the back of my house so that when now my kids are older and out, but when they were young, if they got a cold, I would move next door.
How's it going?
Dangerous?
I think so.
No, I'm not talking about the dog. I'm talking about this
This
guy.
guy right here.
Okay. All right. I won't pet him. I won't pet him.
How long do you think you would last as a Navy SEAL?
I'm having trouble lasting as a guest on your hike.
Have you ever put on a wetsuit? I mean, that's tough.
Oh, what? Do you want, honestly? So I didn't know. We went to Hawaii, and they were teaching. You can get your license.
Certified?
Certified.
Yeah.
We went in the ocean, and I said it's cold, and the guy said to me, "Oh, you can just pee."
All right.
You know that?
Pee in your wetsuit. Yeah.
I said I wouldn't. I rented it. It's your suit. And he said, don't worry, everybody does.
You think you look good in a bathing suit?
A one piece?
Yeah.
I think I do look good in a bathing suit. What I do is when I take pictures, when I take selfies of myself in a suit, there's a certain angle that I need to achieve that I'm able to achieve in the mirror at home.
Right.
But it's hard for me when I go to the beach to make sure everybody's getting that exact same angle. I'm not wearing a bathing suit now.
Yeah.
But this is if I'm at the mirror, kind of on a 45 degree. So what
45
I do is
degree?
when I go to the beach.
Nice.
That's how I didn't think you were gonna take me. The warning is New Zealand mud snails threaten native wildlife. So we're entering a New Zealand mud snail area.
Sometimes when you go home after taping AGT, you're lying in bed, do you ever regret some of the comments you made?
Yes.
Like when you judged some of the people?
Well, I don't regret what I said. I regret how they reacted to what I said. I don't want to be mean to anybody.
Yeah.
And I want to be constructive. And I want to be honest. But then sometimes, this happens in life too. And you must have this as a comedian. You know, you say things.
Yeah.
And they didn't really take it. You know, I was just kidding. And that kills me. And then I'm up all night to think, I don't want to bring, we got into this business to hopefully bring a smile to somebody's face.
Yeah.
Or laugh. And then when you go home and a whole family was crying because you said something.
What acts do you look forward to on AGT?
What I love about our show most is variety. You know, you see a lot of shows that have singing and dancing.
Sure.
But you don't see shows where people are doing things like we've never even seen before. You know, a couple of years ago, we had this guy, he ended up with a show on MTV, but his name was Horse. And his whole talent was the ability to get kicked in the nuts. But where else can you feature that and actually launch a career based on that?
That's true.
Let's explore the caves.
You going in?
I'm going in. I'm gonna go into this
You want to
cave.
tie a rope to you? You sure?
Wow.
How, you better come out. You're in too far. You're in too far.
I got it.
Jeez, I'm worried about you.
Kevin,
Yeah, I'm right here. Come on out of there. Come on out, you're gonna get hurt.
get me out of the cave.
Come on. Let's head back before they start sending in rescue crews. Can we get a ride back?
No.
Did you ever have an incident with the New Zealand mud snail?
We had many, and also with the jumping tree bears. They jump out of the tree and attack people.
Well, we weren't aware of that.
Do you have are there
Oh,
really?
yeah, they're dangerous.
Why would you bring me here?
This is a nice hike, huh?
It was.
Do you think you'll come out and hike more now after this? Check yourself for ticks when you get home, by the way. I'm not kidding around. We got out here probably in the late 70s.
On this hike?
Yeah. No, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I was here in '78. When did you come out?
About 78. Yeah, I got here.
I met you. You were a bartender at the Improv, right?
I was a bartender for 2 years.
It was the most exciting time of my life. I felt like we came
Yeah.
out here right to what would be considered the mecca of anything comedy and anything show business. When you hung around, I was more of a comedy store guy.
Right.
And I remember going to the comedy store, and any given night, you could see, well, David Letterman was hosting, but he wasn't even a big star then. But
Yeah.
you would see Robin Williams.
Richard Pryor.
I watched Richard Pryor put together his Live on the Sunset Strip, set.
I love that one.
Every night he was up there just trying out his material. And in the main room, it was great. The biggest stars,
Yeah.
the number one box office stars would show up every night because these were the comics that were being plucked out of obscurity, from Freddie Prinze Jr., who ended up doing Chico and the Man, and J.J. Walker, who was doing Good Times. But this is what was happening right then. Rodney Dangerfield would always be working on his Tonight Show set. So it was just such an exciting time. So now it's really different because you don't have to go to the comedy store. You can be on Twitter.
You could be at home.
Yes. In your underpants.
Yeah. we didn't know it was like the surge of the wave back then, because it wasn't like everybody was doing stand-up. You know, it was still a novelty kind of a thing. Now I think if you go to career day in high school, that's one of the options, is to become a stand-up comic.
Well, they teach it in school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then it was, I remember the way I got into it was on a dare. And I went to the comedy club in Toronto, Canada, thinking that, you know, I had never seen live comedy. And it was so exciting just to see a real human being on stage talking about real things.
Yeah.
It seemed really edgy and really, you know, I'd seen comedians.
And with nothing else, no props or, oh.
I see what you did there. I see what you did. You're a nut.
When was the
Kev.
last time you did the glove? You know,
The
like
glove on the head?
over the head.
You know,
Did you ever blow out your ears
years.
doing that?
I blew out my sinus. So I've told this story before, but I kind of, like every night, and it wasn't really, you know, when I got dared to go on stage, I really had no act. And for years, I had no act. And whatever was at my fingertips, I would, you know, that's why if anybody watches old things on YouTube, I'm always going, what? Because I stand up there and my nervousness would get me giggling. The audience would giggle and I'd go, okay, what? And I had rubber gloves with me because I didn't want to touch things because of my germaphobia. And one night I just pulled it over my head and I started breathing and the fingers were going up and down. The audience was rolling. That became my closing.
Right.
It's not really an act, but I used to close with it every
And
night.
it killed.
It bought a house.
Yeah.
And one night when I blew
It
it
was
up.
a latex house, but it was still a house.
Yes. And one night when I blew it up, I had the worst, like somebody stabbed me in the eye. I went to the hospital and the guy told me, the doctor told me I perforated a sinus. Do you have a cold? And I said, no. He goes, were you flying today? And I said, no. He says, well, do you have any idea how this might have happened? And I said, yeah. And he goes, how? I said, if one was to take a latex glove each and every night and inflate it on their head with their nose, like just that pressure, could that do it? And he went, yeah. I go, then that's how I did it. He goes, why would you do that? And I said, that's my job.
It's your closing act.
And he said, don't do that anymore. So I do it from time to time, you know, if I get requested, but I'm not allowed to do it every night. I have a doctor's order not to do it. I'm probably the only guy in the world with a doctor's order not to put a glove on my head.
Are you more of a bath guy or a shower guy?
Never a bath. I would never
No.
sit in my own filth. I'm only a shower guy. I'd never I don't even have a bathtub in my bathroom. I don't want it.
It takes
there.
too long, too.
But why would you sit in your own filth? It's just soaking in it. Where does it go? So you wash it off of you, and then it's in this water. What are you doing? Do you take a shower after a bath?
Yeah, you would shower up. Or
A lot of people just take a bath and no shower.
What about a jacuzzi? Would you ever get in a jacuzzi?
No. No. So then you just, instead of your filth sitting there, this makes sure the jacuzzi blows your filth 360 degrees around your body.
It's endless.
It is endless. And then I go to a hotel and I see that they have like a hot tub there, and that strangers are sitting together.
Well, what
in other
about
people's
what
filth.
about hotels? You sleep on a mattress somebody else slept on before?
Yes,
With just a
because
sheet?
I won't touch the mattress, but I have a sheet and I have covers and I remove the comforter.
Oh, you
and
do the towel thing on the floor thing. I think.
Yeah,
you
I
said
make
that
a
once.
path.
Yeah.
I won't touch the carpet. I make a path I'll get a dozen towels and I make a path from the door to the bed, take the comforter off. The sheets are fresh. I sleep on top of the sheets. I don't care if I'm cold. I'll make the room hot so I don't
Yeah.
have to pull a cover on me.
Right.
I don't touch anything. I'm hermetically sealed.
At the end of the day, when you're lying in bed
Yes.
and you're staring at the ceiling,
Yes.
what are you thinking about?
Well, I lie on my stomach, so it's really hard for me to see the ceiling.
Oh, so you're staring at the
So
mattress.
I'm thinking, but if I am staring at the ceiling, I'm probably thinking, oh my God, my neck is killing me because I'm on my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't sleep that much. I probably sleep maybe 3 hours a night and not in a row.
Oh wow, that's
My
that's
mind
not
is,
healthy.
that's why I try to stay really busy.
It's busy. Yeah.
My mind is noisy.
What does your wife complain the most about? You.
Yes.
Everything?
The most that my wife complains about is me. After 40 years together, somebody was saying, will you ever redo your vows? I think if she did, her vow would be enough already. But I think I'm really annoying to be, there are so many things about,
Is
know,
it that you talk
me-
too much, maybe?
I talk too loud.
Too loud.
She says I'm loud.
Well, she's very demure and very quiet. I know her.
It's because I'm so loud and she just...
Yeah. She's trying to make up for it.
Yes. And she is a saint. She deserves
Yeah, she is.
a medal. And I'm neurotic, so I make her, you know, I have my own issues, but I make them everybody else's issues. So, you know, if I'm not demanding somebody washes their hands, then I'm just really loud.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. I'm hyper.
You snore? I hate to say this, but I'm not sure where I am right now. I think it's this way.
I think it's that way.
Come on, follow me. Here, there's pavement. There's pavement up here. I see pavement. When you first came out here, you had like big hair, you know, and then you started shaving your head. Was that weird to see yourself shaved like that? A shaved head? It take a while to adjust that. Now everybody knows you like that.
I actually like it because it's clean.
Yeah.
It's easier to keep your head clean than
Less lice in there.
it is. And if you have lice, you can pinpoint them
Yeah.
like that. I like it. It came by accident. You know, it was one day I was just trying to even out my sideburns, and one up, then the other one up, and the other one up, and then the other one up, and then, you know what?
And there you go. Howie, you got any hobbies? What do you do for hobbies and stuff? I mean, do you paint? Or?
No. Well, I did. I wanted to get into painting, and then I did. So I had a nude model,
Yeah.
and which I didn't think would work, but I finished painting the kitchen in under an hour.
Now, Howie, I got to be honest with you. I've been holding this in for years.
Okay.
You know, I knew you were a germaphobe.
Right.
And we had a gig together once, and we had to fly on a small Learjet or something
Yeah.
out to Phoenix.
Okay.
And I had a really bad, I was getting over a cold. It wasn't like the first 3 days, it was like later on, but I had a cough, you know. And I was afraid that you wouldn't let me come on the plane with you if I had a cough.
Was that? Did we do an event with the bank?
Yes.
I got sick after that. I'm not kidding. And I know that because I remember that because that's where a gunshot went off when we were playing. Yes. I swear to you.
No, you didn't.
I did. I did. I
I told
remember
you,
every time
you
I got
said-
sick.
You turned to me, you go, "Oh, you're not sick, are you?" I said, "No, I got an allergy."
Why would you do that? You didn't bring me on this to tell me you're sick. You're not sick, are you?
No, I'm not sick now. Come on, keep up, keep up.
Why would you do that?
I told you he was silly. Thanks, Howie. So fun. He's probably home right now, disinfecting all those clothes. Or better yet, probably burning them. That's what he's doing. He's burning those hiking clothes. He won't need them again. I'm glad you guys came along. Thanks for joining us. If it's your first time, please subscribe and turn on notifications, and we'll catch you on the next hike. Happy trails.
Are you kidding me? Why would you